Hello, hello, hello. Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Top 8 of the Super Meat Boy Any Percent Knockout Tournament. I am Warm_Ham, and we have a lot of Meat Boy action ahead this afternoon. Hope y'all are ready to go. I think it's going to be a very exciting couple of hours here with some very high-level play to look forward to. Let's see. I'm just going to do one quick thing here, and then we'll chat about the top 8 squad. Very exciting roster of runners here. Let's take a look at who we have remaining here. We have Jankmo, 1842. In that last race, he has been averaging like an 1831 on average so far this knockout tournament, which is pretty remarkable. Also 4 for 4 on Silver Snake, almost catching him in round 4, but barely hanging on to take a clean sweep of day 1 action. So GG's to Jankmo yesterday. It'll be interesting to see how Jankmo fares today. Will he maintain that streak, or will somebody like Silver or Owning Death or maybe even Bree potentially take him out? We'll see. We'll see how it goes. And let's talk about some of the other runners here. Silver Snake, the veteran French runner. Again, seeming to be the next up here, getting a 1901 in that last race from yesterday, averaging a 1923 thus far. It's going to be very interesting to see how Silver Snake does. Will Silver Snake kind of move into the top spot for some of these later races? We'll be definitely looking out for Silver Snake today. We have Bree 12 AM from Ireland. I believe recently got a 19, I want to say like a 1929 PB. So very promising up and coming 80% runner. Really kind of bringing some emerging high level play. Finished 3rd in the last race with a 1948, so getting a nice 720. It'll be interesting to see how she does today as we move through this top 8 action. Crew, another French runner, pulled off some 6 strats on stream yesterday, including the gap skip on 3.7. Looks like he finished 4th in the last race with a 20.09. Owning Death, German runner, 20.25 in the last race. chriss9702, I believe from the States, ranked 6th, round 4 with a 20.33. Killingpepsi, hailing from the States as well, 20.35, and then chonny24. Rounding out our top 8, the 2042. Oh my god, wait, Owning. Oh my gosh, are you not German? Wait, I might be completely wrong about that, LMAO. Anyways, Belgian, oh dude, rip, I'm so sorry, Rip. Warmham coming out with the falsehoods here very early into the commentary. Oh dear. Oh dear. Well, yes, hailing from Belgium. Owning Death. Not Germany. Not to be confused with Germany. Dude, Rip, that's kind of funny. Oh well. So first up on stream for our top 8, we're going to have 4 of the racers. The Belgian runner, Owning Death, will have chriss9702, killingpepsi, and chonny24 on stream. So we are going to be eliminating 1 person per round until we have a winner. So we're going to be doing 7 races today. It's going to be pretty intense. So hope y'all are buckled up and ready to go. It's going to be a lot of Meat Boy action coming at you pretty quickly. And we should be getting started in just a couple minutes. I think we're just kind of finalizing the layout situation, making sure everybody's readied up in the racetime.gg room. I think it's looking like we're just about ready to go in a couple minutes here. Yeah, everybody's in the room. Yeah, this is going to be very exciting. We started with 15 runners yesterday, and then 4 rounds later we ended up with a top 8. And it's looking like it's going to be a very busy and hectic day of races. I'm looking forward to seeing how everybody does here. Jagmo sounding pretty confident after day one in our post-round interview. I think every single one of his races yesterday was an 18, so pretty untouchable stuff at the moment. But all it really takes is one bad Larry to potentially throw you down towards the bottom of the standings, as we saw Chonny kind of sharing yesterday as well. Yes, we did start with 15 yesterday. It's kind of a nice group. Good group of runners. Yes, GL to all the racers. Jagmo got an 18-15 in warm-up today. Pretty wild stuff. Averaging 18s for this kind of event definitely puts you in a good position for sure. But it doesn't, as we saw with the last tournament too, it doesn't necessarily guarantee success, right? There's a lot that can happen with Larry RNG. So we'll see how today goes. Hopefully Jagmo gets some good luck and can kind of proceed through as we hope with all of these runners. Silver Snake, on the other hand, sharing that no warm-up was done for Silver Snake. Jagmo doing all major glitches, yep, that would definitely bring down your time a little bit. And looks like we are switching over to the layout. I think we're going to be getting started in just a second here. Again, we're going to have the Belgian runner, Owning Death, on stream, as well as chriss9702, killingpepsi, and chonny24. This group finished 5th through 8th in the last race, so we will be seeing them first. Again, we're losing one racer at the end of this race, so we'll see who gets eliminated and who stays. All right. All right, let's get started, gang. Good luck to all the runners. we can expect a lot of these times to be in like the 20 to 21 minute range, maybe a little bit lower even. The performances so far have been pretty strong from everybody. And we should be getting started in just a second here for round 5. First round of day 2 action here for the Super Meat Boy 90% Knockout Tournament. chriss9702 showing us how to play. Thank you to Chris. Here we go. We are off. So we'll start by just, again, recapping the run in general here, so everybody's oriented. This is, again, kind of a very traditional run and jump platformer, just a little bit trickier than your average everyday platformer. They're going to be running through 17 of the fastest levels per chapter, so we're going to route it so that we skip the 3 longest levels each chapter. You'll be seeing that with a exit after 114, going into 116 right away. We're going to be, again, skipping 3 levels per chapter. You'll be seeing them pausing every once in a while. That's to activate something called an auto jump, where you input a jump, you pause the game, and then you let go of jump and then unpause, and that allows Meat Boy to jump on every frame, which allows for some fast climbing action. So after you see that pause, you'll see Meat Boy kind of moving up walls a little bit faster than would be humanly possible in the interest of saving some frames. Other than that, it's really just kind of some nuanced jumping that happens, right? So we're going to be doing some stuff called sprint jumping every once in a while, which is toggling the sprint key or sprint button in order to basically get back to the wall a little bit sooner than if we do a traditional jump. You might see a couple other runners doing kind of a dual jump, which is basically having 2 jump keys or 2 jump buttons bound so that you can, actually 2 jump buttons bound to a controller so that you can basically keep one of the jump buttons active and allow for some faster climbing as well. So there's lots of kind of small nuances to the movement that you'll be seeing at a higher level. Especially runners like Jankmo, I would expect to be using dual jump in quite a few levels. Why do the screens keep freezing? I think it's just some stream lag. It'll be catching up, I'm sure, as we go through this first round of action here. All right, we have a couple of runners starting into hospital now. It looks like everybody's pretty synced so far. Chonny maybe a little bit behind. But that could be stream delay more than anything. We really don't expect too much of a discrepancy between runners in the first chapter, especially at a higher level. People tend not to make too many major mistakes in the first chapter. So now we're in hospital. We have needles to avoid. We have fan physics to reckon with, right? So as we were talking about yesterday, the closer you get to fans, the farther you get flung out. If you're farther away from the fan, you're not going to travel very far at all. So that's going to be used to our advantage here, just to, again, kind of get some speed and advance through the levels a little faster if we get closer to fans. Alright, runners moving through the middle section of hospital here. We have this really fancy red and black level, which I like, one of my favorites in the run. 2-8. And everybody's looking pretty clean so far. These runners are more or less de-rusted at this point after day 1 of action, where they did 4 races in a row. So we can expect them to be pretty warmed up at this point, right? Maybe some of them were doing a little bit more offline practice in between today's action and yesterday's action, but I think a lot of these runners are looking pretty good so far. Not too many mistakes at this stage. Right, yeah. We have 3 racers so far on the same stage, more or less. Looks like Pepsi's actually taking a small lead over Owning this group of 4 at the moment. And we do have 4 other racers at the moment who are participating off stream. We'll be seeing more action from those runners in the subsequent rounds we can expect. So again, we're eliminating the slowest time after this race. And then after this race, we will be down to a top 7. So every single race counts from here on out. You really can't be caught slipping because major mistakes will definitely have a pretty big effect on your standing here. Chris, unfortunately, missing Chad skip. Maybe not going for it, maybe just taking it easy on this first round. But that's going to cost 5 seconds over the runners who do go for Chad skip. Again, what we do on this boss is we just try to get the second key really quickly, as you'll see in Chonny's screen. We're going to try to get the second key really quickly because if we get it fast enough, the blood keeps rising. If we get it too slowly, the blood stops rising and we have to wait a second. So we saw Chonny get it. Chonny did get it, so the blood keeps rising. And that's going to be a nice Chad skip for Chonny, giving him a 5-second advantage over Chris. Alright, here we go. We're into Chapter 3 for most of these runners at the moment. Again, we have salt, we have conveyors. These conveyors have kind of funky physics, which really slow Meat Boy down if you're kind of moving against them. And they really send you moving quickly if you're running kind of in their direction. Right, so they can also be used as elevators here, as we're seeing on Owning's screen right now. And let's see who goes for fast 3-7 here, which owningdeath enters first. It's an unfortunately timed freeze. Okay, well, we're seeing it on Pepsi's screen right now. Pepsi does get it. Very clean. Very clean. Yeah, a couple of frozen streams at the moment. Does Ham's mic sound different? Yes, I took off the echo cancellation, so you'll be able to probably hear me better. Alright, looks like all the streams are back now. And so another route kind of thing to consider here. Earlier in the tournament we saw a couple of runners going for a level called the Bend 313, which has 4 giant saws that you kind of have to wait a long time for. We'll see all of these runners opting to skip that level, right? So we're going to go 311 into 314, and then do 14 through 19. Doing 18 and 19. 18 requires a pretty precise skip, which saves 6 seconds if you get it, but costs 6 seconds if you fail it. So let's see how it goes here. Pepsi and Owning are going to be the first to try it. Let's see how they do. Owning gets it. Pepsi does not. Ooh, that's a wonderful example of what can happen there. So you'll see, actually, now Owning has a really big advantage for Pepsi, even though they were synced a few seconds ago. A little bit unfortunate for Pepsi, but there's still plenty of game left to try to make up that ground. Now we're going to have Owning do the brownie skip here, skipping this boss by going off to the right and doing a sprint jump. Out of bounds, right? You have to use a sprint jump there in order to make that skip work, I'm pretty sure. Just because otherwise you're going to hit a pillar of salt. So you have to make sure that you're kind of sticking close to the wall in order to execute that. All these runners, again, pretty seasoned players here, so we're going to see them basically nail that strat on the first or second try. Sounds like I'm streaming from a bathroom. Cheers. Alright, now we're all in hell. And let's see how things shake out here. Alright, Chonny's still kind of just bringing up the back of the pack a little bit here. We'll see if he can gain some ground here in this 4th chapter. Yeah, unfortunately taking a death on Hex. I think that was Chris. Let's see what Chonny's going to do. I'm interested to see if Chonny's going to go for Hex or if we're going to opt to just play it safe. Chonny, I believe, does have a sub 20 PB, so you know, it's hard to say whether he's going to go for it or opt not to. Typically, you don't see skip until they have like 18-minute times, and yeah, Chonny's going to play it safe here, which I think is tournament safe. And Hex, oh, only took 2 deaths on Hex. Oof, yeah, it's rough. It's pretty rough stuff. Yeah, big deaths happening right now. This is what starts to happen. I mean, when you get into 4 and 5, this is when you start to see the deaths start to really kind of have a big effect on the final time, right? The first 3 chapters, not so much. Maybe you can have some long deaths in Factory and some pretty costly mistakes, but this is really the chapter where you start to really feel the impact of the deaths. Also, the platforming in this chapter is maybe some of the hardest in the entire game. These eyeball lasers are really tricky to kind of account for, so you have to make sure that you are not kind of too slow there, because if you're a little bit too slow or you get caught slipping, they're going to hit you. So you just have to keep moving, basically. Right? If you stop, you're kind of doomed, but if you keep proceeding through the level, you're likely going to be safe. All right, unfortunately, Chris's stream just froze, but we still have the other 3 runners live at the moment. And it's still looking pretty tight between Pepsi, One, and Chris. Looks like Chris is going to be the first one to the Little Horn here. So lots of changes of lead going down here. We have Owning, I think had a slight lead over the others at one point. Pepsi might have had the lead briefly, and now it's Chris. Chris out in front, and Chonny not too far behind. All right, now we all get to kind of take a collective sigh of relief here now that they're on Little Horn. Although deaths can still happen on Little Horn, it's highly unlikely that we'll see one during the tournament. If you do see one though, then you know, you'll know because I'm gonna scream. Yeah, who's gonna first try this boss? The tension is killing me. Very tough boss. Who's gonna take the biggest sip of water here? And that's just going to leave 2 chapters. We have Rapture and End coming up for this first round of Day 2 of action here. Like we talked about yesterday, right? So when we start Rapture, we're going to see this white flash appear at the end of the Little Horn boss, and then you're going to see it at the start of the first level of Rapture, which makes it very hard to do this drop. We're going to see some route divergence. Chris is going to go for 5-2. We're likely going to see some runners opt to do 5-1 the first level here. Killing Pepsi is going for the 5-1 route, a little bit riskier, but it does save a second or 2 if you do it optimally. He does survive the drop. Owning Death, unfortunately, survives the drop, but dies to his saw, which is not too bad. A little bit too bad, but 5-1 is a really tough level, and you're very likely to see some deaths happen on this stage. The difficulty increase here is pretty notable, and like we were saying yesterday too, like even top level runners here are going to likely die, you know, at least a couple of times, because there's just a lot of variability in terms of what can happen, especially with these repulsors. The repulsors are a really tough mechanic to master. Right, kind of work like the fans, except in a kind of a circular way, right? So the closer you get to the repulsors, the farther they fling you. And then they have a weak field as well, where you can kind of be sent a little bit less far. Okay, let's see how Oni does on 5-4 here. This is a tricky repulsor level. Took a death here at the start, and pretty tough. Oh, dies to the saws on 5-4. No, you hate to see it. Big choke point for runners here this level. I think a little bit too low on the wall again. But okay, yep. Very precise jump there, right, in order to kind of use both repulsors to get right over there in one fell swoop. It's a little bit risky though, because you have to be positioned on a very specific part of the wall in order to get across, as Oding just did. It's a tough one. We've talked a lot about 5-7. It definitely messed up a couple of runners' times yesterday. Again, this is the one where you just have to get the key grab in one shot, and if you don't get it, then you have to start the level over. Let's see how Owning does with it. Owning gets it, yeah. I don't think we'll see too many more of those mistakes, but they can still happen. And it's kind of a big time loss if you do die on 5-7. Chonny gets it as well. Chriss still holding on to a slight lead here, moving through the... Again, the Abominations are these kind of pseudo-random enemies where they can kind of jump when they want to, charge at you when they want to. It's kind of unpredictable when they're going to do what. It might come down to Larry. Yeah, we'll see what happens. Chriss did die at the very end of 5-11. That's a big death, actually. That's about 10 seconds lost, which is going to give Pepsi an opening here, as well as owning death. Yeah, one death and Rapture can really wipe your lead, as we just saw, unfortunately, with Chriss. Although who's still holding on to a lead, but it did just kind of drop down pretty substantially there. Also, I just realized why my mic probably sounds different. There we go. That should be a better mic sound, right? I think I was using my built-in laptop mic for a second. Now I'm using my professional gamer mic. Hopefully that sounds better. So much better. Alright, good stuff. Yeah, sorry about that. Hooray, good, I'm glad. Glad it sounds better. Yeah, I was in a Discord call with some people and I didn't have headphones on, so I had to, long story short, I had to switch to my built-in laptop mic, but in any case, it's fixed now, yay, good, you can hear me much clearer, good stuff. Alright, great. Alright, so where are we here? Alright, looks like Chriss is going to be first into Larry. Again, we have 3 cycles to Larry. We can do a pause strat now where 2 of the heads can jump in the same cycle, which makes the lowest possible cycle a 2 cycle. Wow, Chriss gets a great Larry. I think that was like a 4 cycle maybe. Anything under 7 is above average. But this guy can take a really long time to jump. Owning also gets a pretty good start here. Pepsi's going to be second out. Everybody's getting pretty good Larry so far on stream. Hopefully we don't break that trend with Owning here. Owning's still waiting, unfortunately, for Larry, which is allowing Chonny to catch up. Oh, Owning does get out of there, though. Yeah, it's pretty rough. Not the worst possible Larry, but Owning... definitely kind of a scary moment there for Owning. And Chonny, unfortunately, needed a really good Larry here. This one seems like it's probably below average at this point, which, you know, is definitely not helping his case at the moment, unfortunately. Oh no, Chonny. Oh no. Are we finally seeing a terrible Larry? Oh, there we go. Alright, out of there. Phew. Yeah, it wasn't a very good one, but, alright, let's see how Chonny finishes, though. I mean, we still have a few more levels of platforming. Ooh, Owning, no! Owning takes a huge death on 6-2. Ouch. Oh, no. Oh, no. The Belgian runner, Owning death. Taking a big death on 6-2. Getting owned by that death, may I say. I shouldn't say that, but I said it. Anyways, I'm sorry. Alright, but let's see. Owning's recovering nicely. Let's see how Owning does on 3. So far, no major hiccups. Nice. Good recovery there. Pretty clean 6-3. Textbook, you might even say. Chonny getting out of 6-2. It's looking a little bit closer between Chonny and Owning right now. So this could be interesting. Owning needs to hold on here for just a couple more levels. Toxic commentary, oh my gosh. I know, shame on me. Battle for second's pretty close. It's seeming that way, yep. Killing and Owning, both pretty even right now. Who's gonna get keyless? Owning, no! Owning dies on Omega, fails keyless, playing the safe route, doing the tournament safe option and not going for keyless? That's huge. Alright, now Chonny's on Omega. Oh, phew, Owning gets it, okay. Kind of a scary moment for Owning. If you fail keyless, and you go for it again, sometimes that can really just mess with your mental and result in a couple more deaths, but Owning does hold on. Showing that pretty strong command of the game. But phew, that was kind of a scary moment. Owning's just got to kind of push it to the finish line from here. As Chris is finishing up, escape. Very clean run from Chris, holding on to a lead really from pretty commanding finish here. GG's to Chris, looking like the first out of the gate in this group of 4. Very well played. We'll get some standings in a second as these runners start to finish up. Let's see how. Look at that wonderful sync on killing and owning screen. This is pretty pretty deadlocked at the moment. Killing Pepsi is going to be the first one into escape. Owning maybe a second or two behind. Who's going to finish first? Pepsi plays it safe. Oh, this is so close. And it's Pepsi photo finish. Wow, Pepsi barely eking out the win on stream over Owning Death. I mean, we'll have to see what happens with the final times there. It could obviously be that stream delay was a factor, but that was very exciting. What a finish! What a finish! That was really awesome. GG's to Owning Death and Killing Pepsi. Chonny looks like he's finishing up here. I think we have spoilers in the chat from Chonny. Alright, let's take a look at standings here as Chonny's finishing up. Oh, no, Chonny's on the button, still finishing. Alright, Jankmo. Wow, Jankmo gets an 1807, finishing first. Unreal. Crew getting a 1921. Silver not that far behind with a 1942. Our top 3 off stream. Wow. 18-0x is kind of nutty. Kind of a nutty time. Right, yep, Chonny's still finishing up. Let's go, Chonny. Chonny in the chat. Oof. Alright, let's see how Chonny does on escape. Can we get a first try escape? Oh no! Chonny, no! Dying on escape. It happens, it happens. Oh dear. Alright, looks like second try is gonna do it though. GG's to Chonny, wow. Good runs all around on stream today. So far, yep, Chonny unfortunately going to be out in 8th with a pretty strong 22-26. That's not a bad time, but unfortunately not good enough to progress to the next round. Everybody else getting under 21 minutes? That's kind of wild for top 8 action. Wow. So we have Jankmo first, Crew second, Silver Snake third, chriss9702 with a 1950 finishing 4th. Saw on stream, Owning Death with a 2035, Killing Pepsi with a 2039. And then Bree, 12 a.m., rounding out our top 7 with a 2056. GG's to all the runners. Wow. That was a very exciting first round of action. Very nice photo finish between Pepsi and Owning Death. Great stuff. All right, we'll be starting up the next race in just a couple minutes. Hang tight, everybody, while we update leaderboard and figure out who's going to be on stream next. GG's to Chonny. Yeah, GG's, Chonny. Congrats on making top 8. Jankmo getting a highly respectable 1807. For reference, Jankmo's PB is a 1753, I want to say. So only 14 seconds off a PB in a race is pretty remarkable stuff. Pretty remarkable. What a very great first round of action. All right, next on stream, I think we're going to be seeing Jankmo, Silver Snake, Crew, and Bree 12 a.m., the other four runners who we did not get a chance to see this last race. So now we're down to top 7. From here, we're going to again be eliminating one runner per race until we have a winner. Yes, Jankmo. No, I want to say that Zax. I have to take a look at this. Let's take a look at leaderboards here. Zax is an Australian runner who is recently active again with the game. Zax has a 1745 at the moment. And Jankmo has a 1753. Kind of a recent change. Yeah, all right. And if you want to track leaderboards, we do have live leaderboards being run by Girlham behind me right now, updating things as we go. She'll be updating that in just a couple minutes for everybody. All right, looks like all the racers are in the next race time race. We're just going to get a layout update, and then we will get into round 6 of the knockout tournament. GG's to everybody so far. Jankmo really looking like he's going to be a tough. Really popping off with that 180X. Larry has been bribed for the final. We're getting reports in the chat. Jankman's gonna get a 2-minute Larry. Oh no. Can't believe this knockout tournament's rigged. Alright, we have updated leaderboards. If you want to check that out. We're just waiting for an updated layout here, then we'll get ready to go. Everybody's having a good Sunday so far. Yes, rip to Chonny. Salute to Chonny. Making it to top 8. Really great runner. has a sub 20 time and any percent, which is pretty awesome. And is also a very high level super. So definitely check him out if you're looking for more Super Meat Boy action. Just a great all around guy too. Just a lovely member in the community.